And the more I've spoken about feminism, the more I have realized that fighting for women's rights has too often become synonymous with man-hating. How can we affect change in the world when only half of it is invited or feel welcome to participate in the conversation? Men, I would like to take this opportunity to extend your formal invitation. Gender equality is your issue too. Both men and women should feel free to be sensitive. Both men and women should feel free to be strong. It is time that we all perceive gender on a spectrum instead of two sets of opposing ideals.
Hello everyone, this is the Forgotten Furian. I'm back. I know you missed me, I know. Just hold your applause until the end of the speech, if you please.
I got you!
Now this is this video is mostly to let you all know that I started a petition to have women register for selective service. There's not one in circulation because they keep getting slapped down. But it'll be in the hyperlink in the description entitled, it's a petition, feel free to sign, entitled require women to register for selective service. Very simple. Now back in 2015 I convinced a woman to do the same, and she did, and they actually took it all the way to the Supreme Court. I know, because she came prancing back on this thing called this chat thing where they host article comments called DISQUS. I think it's spelled DISQUS. I could probably even dredge it up and show you all if I wanted to, but she comes prancing back a couple months after that talking about, oh, we did, and went all the way to the Supreme Court. Or no, it was like 2 months later she said yeah she did it, and then it was like 6 months later or something that she came back and was like, oh, it got slapped down by other women. So I was like, okay, fine. I was just trying to show her the futility of it all, because there's, for every one out of a bajillion of women who are dumb enough to take away their own rights because they need a man, 70% of American men are single, and or rather are not married, and women lose 90% of their ovarian eggs by the age of 30. Now 40% of Gen X women don't have children. So these women can just look around and go, oh, something ain't right. And then they hear some man jump up and go, rawr, what about this? And they're like, screw it, I'll do it right now. And so she did. She's a good girl. But guess what? It didn't go through. Alright. And yeah, she got all the attention for it, but it didn't go through. So Miss what's your name? Christine Marie. I'm gonna go to church here in a minute. About 6 o'clock, a couple hours from now. And these girls will tell me the same thing. They'll say, please take my rights away. I'm tired of dealing with it. I don't want to work. If we could go back in time, I would, and all that. They'll tell me all that. They'll even, if I send them the link to this petition, they'll sign it. But the point of that's not the point though, you see? Because they're not jumping up on their own. I have to go tell them. And if I have to go tell them, but I don't have to tell them to volunteer all the Gibbs or 54% of women to vote for Hillary Clinton. I didn't have to tell them that, and they went and did it. You know, I didn't have to tell all these feminist women to run around. Even the most traditional Christian women, they're not going to strip themselves of the rights they didn't earn. They're not even rights, they're unearned privileges. That's what Emma Watson means, unearned privileges. Alright, so when woman like you, or Jessica, or Chelsea, or Shelby comes up to me and says, oh, this and that, well, guess what? No, this is what I think of you and what I think of Emma Watson, okay? This is what I think of y'all's opinion right here. My dude Samuel's got me covered.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some fucking windows.
Yeah, how you like that? Yeah, you love that. You love that clip, okay?
God.
And I get it, you're a total sweetheart. Like I said, oh, Shelby, she was ready. She was very ready. But I couldn't provide for her, you know, and so I ran her off. All right? But the point of the matter is why couldn't I provide for her? If I was colored, I'd get affirmative action. I would say, let's go. If I was a woman, she wouldn't have been talking to me because she ain't no lesbian, even though all women are either bisexual or gay and never straight. That's their predilection. And I have studies to back that up. If not for nothing else, the oxytocin-mediated stress response cascade. Oxytocin is a bonding hormone. Women can synchronize their periods. Need I go on? Okay. Girl power, kiss the boy and I like it. That's the song? Nope. Okay. So yeah, you're barking up the wrong tree, girl. Okay, so I'm just gonna read her comment. Christine Marie says, "Forget." Did I already read it? No, I didn't read it. Forgotten Furion. Turtling and Monkey's argument in that video, the video called "Women Narrowly Against the Draft." Turtling and Monkey's argument in that video that I linked her is that even if conscripted into service, women won't be put on the front lines, therefore unequal. Well, if you look and see what under the selective service criticisms, and they tried to sue a bunch of people, men's rights people and different people tried to say, oh, well, that's not equality. And the government straight said, we're not liable to equality. We're liable to securing the prosperity of this country. And if we don't have someone to fight, then we're done for. And Miss Christine says like, oh, the comment before this one, she said, oh, why don't we just get rid of the draft entirely? And then I was like, because we have to have it? That's like getting rid of our backup parachute because the other parachute wants it to be equal. Well, look, buddy, we got lives to save. So, okay, women would rather our country be defenseless than they pony up. And then, okay, so then I sent her that video, and then she sends me this. TFM's argument is that women won't be put on the front line, therefore it's unequal, irrelevant. She says, my question is, are you a fan of reality? In this case, no. I'm going to change that reality by force. See my aforementioned statistical rant. Demographic winter, we're entering it. You don't have a man, or if you do, you're one of the very, very few. By and large, women would be more of a hindrance in battle than a help. True, they cost twice as much, get injured twice as much, and do, I'd say, less than half as much. The same thing at work. Literally, only men pay net taxes. They take out more than they put in, and they suck at work. They're good in bed, but they suck at work. It's similarly ridiculous, she says, to rely on a 120-pound woman to carry a grown man from a burning building. And that's right, and yet we have affirmative action and firefighters, and they get all the support positions, right? But no, I'm going to force equality on you and make you carry me up and down them stairs, and we're both going to burn. I'd rather sacrifice myself to the altar of equality than let you get away free. And you say that doesn't mean that smaller, weaker people, you forgot dumber, don't also have a role, or that don't have a role. Yeah, you do have a role. It's underneath me, all right? But you've usurped your position, all right? Taking the man's role. See Genesis 3:16 for details, all right? She continues, it just means that we need to try to live within the bounds of reality. Yeah, I know. That's why none of this should be an issue. It should be a non-issue. But you girls have gotten outside of the bounds of reality. So I'm going to change that reality to reflect what's proper. God or nature's natural order. So she says we need to live within the bounds of reality. I actually agree with you there, darling. She says, by the way, I'd be more than happy to relinquish my vote if I can get out of paying taxes. Now... Oh, and doing jury duty. Firstly, only men pay net taxes, so congratulations on your victory. And secondly, doing jury duty? Come on, girl. That is unpatriotic. Not that I'm surprised because you're a woman, but, you know, if we don't have a voluntary jury, then they're going to have to force people to do it. And the government they're already too powerful. They don't need to be able to force us to do anything. So jury duty, even though they can force us to do jury duty, right? But like you can get out of it, right? Because you can say, oh, I'm this or I'm that. You can get out of it. But the fact is why are you in a hurry to drop your only responsibility? If I didn't have to pay taxes, I would volunteer for jury duty just because who's going to do it? I would man up. So that's kind of sad that you're willing to, you're like, ooh, I don't have to pay taxes, which I already don't. And I won't have to do jury duty, which I've probably never done anyway. And it's like, yeah. Okay, but you're a real sweetheart for answering, okay? Because most girls would just go, I never, and they wouldn't say anything. So you're a sweetheart. But like I said, I can go up to church, and the girls are twice as sweet and twice as hard, okay? And half the age usually. And I know where a couple of blue-eyed ones are. Yeah, they're rare, but they want me. You know, like I say, all someone's got to do is jump kick my nose in the right direction, which I'm working on. Give me a nice little job, which I'm working on. Teach me to drive, which I'm working on. That's what I'm saying. All I got to do is go to church and they'll hook me up, but I quit going because I got tired of being asked, where do you work? What are you this? Are you single? And I'm like, yeah, you're just going to get me thrown in baby jail when I miss a payment because child support arrears is the only jailable debt besides tax fraud. All right, I'm pretty sure, I think I already read, what is the 19th Amendment. If I forgot to just look it up, I'll have a link in the description. But yeah, so we're just going to have you girls register for selective service by force. Okay, so it's funny, while I was making this, Emmanuel Goldstein jumped on it. He's got like a crazy looking avatar. But he says, Christine Marie, little sweetheart. Rather than releasing males from conscripted servitude, you'd be happy if only everybody was enslaved. Okay, I think that was him quoting her. And he says that TFM has outlined in the past why this is an unrealistic position, which I sent the video for. In a no-shit war, he says, men en masse have to lose, or men en masse will be forced to fight as dying is generally the outcome anyway if you lose to the invaders. Which, as America, we're not going to do that, but still, he's right. I'll be the meat shield, not her. He's right. And he says only veterans and military servicemen should vote for president. Only net taxpayer paying landowners should vote for Congress. Essentially, 4% of women could meet the male minimum standard and be able to vote for president. And I think he says negative 30% could meet the standard to vote for Congress. Maybe he meant 30%. I'm not really sure. But okay, so even if that's just 4% and 30%, that's way less than 100%. Because none of them register for selective service. All of them get affirmative action. They take out more than they put in, and we're 20 trillion in debt, okay? Emmanuel Goldstein, fist bump, okay? I'm going to troll this to both of y'all, so shout out Turd Flinging Monkey. I like your work, but I don't like you. It is what it is, I guess. But okay, I'm like 90% sure I read, okay, so I guess just go sign my petition, okay? I'm also going to put one in for having women not receive affirmative action anymore. But please feel free to sign my petition, which I created, called Require Women to Register for Selective Service. And I nicknamed it Project Lazarus Horse, because we keep having to resurrect it and kick it, and resurrect it and kick it. Oh yeah, only men pay net taxes, okay, so this is not a joke. Alright. And ladies, demographic winter's coming. You need a man, you getting old. Alright? I'm watching you. But okay, this is the Forgotten Furian, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.